Thousands of passengers are finally on dry land Friday after being stuck at sea for days aboard Carnival's disabled cruise ship, the Triumph. Media are now getting more first-hand accounts of what happened on board. It took 5 days for the ship to finally dock in Mobile, Alabama, 3 days after it was due in Galveston, Texas, where it originally left from. The ship's engine room caught fire off the coast of Mexico on Sunday, leaving it and the 4,200 passengers on board stranded. 3 tugboats eventually arrived to tow it, and the passengers were left to what many are describing as horrific, unsanitary conditions. The ship went days without power, leaving the passengers with no air conditioning or working toilets. But representatives of Carnival said they were doing everything possible to keep people comfortable. The father of one of the ship's passengers explained his daughter called him to say they were handing out poop bags and telling them to pee in the showers. So for Carnival, these stories are creating quite the PR mess. The company's CEO came aboard the ship after it reached Alabama to say sorry, but the apology wasn't enough for many.
We were here sitting there an hour and a half in heat with all these people waiting for just the CEO to come on the intercom and say, I'm sorry. All we wanted to do was get off the boat.
The New York Times points out the cruise industry has been growing at a rate of nearly 8% a year since 1980. In fact, last year, more than 14 million people traveled the seas aboard these massive ships. Now, critics ask, is enough being done to prevent incidents like this? The cruise industry is regulated by the International Maritime Organization, a UN agency that sets the global standards for the safety and operation of cruise ships. But this industry has recently been plagued by unfortunate events. Just last week, 5 crew members of a Thompson Majesty vessel fell to their deaths during an emergency drill. And over the holiday season, there was suspicion of an outbreak of the norovirus aboard other boats. But MSN Money says the industry still looks promising. For example, Carnival announced it saw a record number of guests for a single week between January 28th and February 3rd. Passengers on the Triumph will receive refunds for the trip's cost. This will include their traveling expenses and the money spent on board. As for the ship, it will be staying in Mobile to receive repairs. The ship's crew will remain there while those fixes are being made as well. And in a last, seemingly ironic twist, reports are that as those passengers were being sent home on a bus, the bus broke down. For Newsy, I'm Lauren Zima.